in the sport. Historic Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Chicago Bears. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Ewers. Forced out wide. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Ewers now on 2nd down. That's brought in by Darren Waller. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Dolphins, 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
Man in motion here is Washington. They go play action with Ewers. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Here's Ewers again. Open man, Malik Washington. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The rookie from Texas orchestrating things well. It is a 1st down. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Bears, 38-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 7th play of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. Escaping to his left. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Achane.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
So can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs. Williams going to throw on the 1st play. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. They face 2nd down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Open man downfield is Loveland. And that will give them some space. Moving it all the way past the 40-yard line.
Yards on the play.
Here's 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard
They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
What is up? We got Hornet.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's over the middle and taken by Loveland. And they're going to time play for the Bears. And even 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Bears in possession here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Ready, set up.
A play fake. Now Williams to the right side. Caught by Burton. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50.
4 yards.
Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 13.
On the give, it's Swift. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
Swift, the ball carrier. Taken down at the 11-yard line. 2 yards on
Second
the pickup.
down and
It's
8.
Second and 8.
Ready, set up.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And this defense holding their ground. They'll stop him for no gain.
Taken down
4th
right
down,
at the
straight
line of
ahead.
scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Ready, set up.
They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That is hard. Roll, Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try to sneak it here, and they'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I wouldn't say that's a very conventional call on 1st and 10. I'm not exactly sure what kind of yardage they were expecting to get. Maybe surprise the defense. They got a little bit, but they got a lot of work left to do here on 2nd down.
Rolling to the left. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On 3rd down, it's Ewers. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
First and 10.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Achane. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
That's another Dolphins first down. A gain of 14.
Once again, it's Achane. And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 17.
Now a give to Achane, heading right. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Gain of 4 yards. That's another Dolphins.
On the handoff, this is Achane. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Achane. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
On the tackle. A loss of 2 yards.
3rd and short, it's Ewers. And that is incomplete. was looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. And it's going to be 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays out.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
6 yards.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Holston Loveland was the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
At the 36-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On the give, this is Madison. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. So, 37, here's 2nd and 6. Ewers looking to throw. That's caught! And he will get into the end zone. Greg Dolphins, touchdown Miami.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure, and when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity, and the quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
35-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Komet. And he will score. Cole Komet. Touchdown, Bears. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and...
That's in the end zone and intercepted.
Keeps the score, Bears 12, Dolphins 8.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. The drive starts with a run by Madison. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down.
It's a pickup of 3.
They'll stick with Madison. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
To throw, Ewers. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Look at the big man go. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be first and goal. They've got it at the 3. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 59 yards. Throwing is Ewers. And he's in. Darren Waller. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point and go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up.
Now Ewers. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. 1 play, 1 first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
Here's Williams on first and 10. He's across midfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds. 2 nice play calls here to kick off the drive. 15 more on that one. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He runs with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of
A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is first down and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he will score! DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The Bears.
Now Williams. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack two more onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. From the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Madison. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35.
That's good.
The drive stays alive. They got 23 yards on 4th down.
1st down, Dolphins.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
He'll buy time left. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They pick up 27 and convert on 4th down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can, and now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
2nd down, goal to go.
Let's go now.
They'll go with him again. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games, and that 3rd down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come.
They had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
They'll take this forward for about 5. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
At the 15-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now, he'll air one out. He's got it! And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one here in the 4th quarter. 37 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now, faking the give. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go on the clock. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here we go. One final play. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. So this one in the win column for the Bears. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they're going to send their fans home quite happy.